Hello everyone, welcome to another race in the Tier 3 Championship Series of SRL. It's looking like a wet session in qualifying, so that's very good to see. 16 drivers on the grid today. Let's go through the current standings. Let's start off with the driver standings. Quina currently leading together with his teammate Sportsmat with 103 points, ahead of Razi, 4 points, who is 4 points behind. So we're definitely going to see a battle between these three drivers. And in 4th place we have Nerdy Average Gamer having 75 points. He's 24 points away from the top at the moment. So Nerdy needs to make up some positions in the championship. A few drivers diving out on the intermediate. Well, we have a full wet track at the moment, so it's gonna be a thrilling qualifying. And currently leading the constructors, of course, it's going to be McLaren, leading the whole pack with 206 points, ahead of the Alpine team having 130 points. So that's a big gap from P1 to P2. So let's hope for a great quali. And we're following Sportmat on his first lap. And I think it's one of the Williams drivers who is going to be... No, it's one of the Mercedes drivers who is the first one to set a lap. So let's stay on board with Nolan mid. No, he's already losing it. And that's really unfortunate for Nolan, because he invalidated his lap. So unfortunate for him. So we're going to switch back to Nerdy Average Gamer. No, it's going to be Lars. Lars is going to be the first driver to set a lap. So we're going to stay on board with the Williams driver. Had a bad luck at the start of this season with heading into round 6. He definitely wants to go for a good result today. A little bit of outbraking himself into turn 3. Heading on the main DRS zone now, the first DRS. Outbraking himself again. Late braking from Lars. But he kept it within the track limits. Oh. Rigby is giving him room. Good to see that. Lars still on a flying lap. No invalidation for him so far, so he's going to be the first one to set a lap. A little bit outbraking himself again. And heading into the last 3 corners. And we have Elmerix right in front of him. Elmerix, come on, get out of the way. And Lars will be the first driver to set a lap. No invalidation for him, so let's see what time can he put himself into. It's going to be L1:37 for the first lap of this qualifying session. And Sportmat has invalidated. Spider-Man fan goes under him 6/10 quicker. And Paul Elite goes fastest now with a 129.9 and goes even faster than Lars as well. He had a little bit of a... He was very unlucky. And Nerdy goes first fastest now with a 127.29.7. And Rigby spinning around. Let's see who else is on a fast lap. I think it's... No, everyone invalidated. Spaceman has been crashed out, so he will start at the back as it stands. So Nerdy taking that provisional pole after the first lap ongoing, but Elmerix we all know that he can be really quick in the rain conditions. So let's see what his time will be. A little bit outbraking himself and really easy on the throttle there. And Nerdy needs to get out of the way. And that's not very sportive from Nerdy, because he was on the racing line. But Elmer's still on a flying lap. No invalidation for him so far. He had very bad luck at the start of this season. I think if he managed to finish at the top every race so far, he could be the championship leader. Taking the inside curve, which is really dangerous. But Elmer's going to cross the line with a 129.4 and goes to the provisional pole at this moment. And Rossi's just starting his hot lap. Connor is going to finish his one, but he invalidated it. So let's stay on board with VTAC. Joined a little bit late in qualifying, so breaks himself a little bit there. VTAC is going to cross the line now in the Haas. No, he's backing off and diving into the pits. And let's see Quinn, our current championship leader. What can he do in the wet conditions? And Lars goes now second fastest, 3-lap old wet tires. Oh, Quinn is really struggling in the rain. And he's not on a fast lap. It's really important to get your laps in these conditions. And Elmerix goes even quicker with a 129.2 and full tenths up to the rest of the field. And Rossi goes second fastest. So currently the championship leaders are not having a good time in these conditions. Both McLarens, one outside, one, yeah, of course, with the time of Quinn is not really competitive, so I don't count that as a top 10 for now. Sportman in P6 and Quinn in P10, so whoa, things mix up after this race. Not sure what the race conditions will be, but if someone, one of the drivers, can tell that in the chat, that will be very nice, so we can have some speculations. VTAC has joined late and he retired in the pits, so no qualifying for him. And Trucker has invalidated. And Nerdy Average Gamer is going to take a gamble on those Intis. No, he didn't. Just when I'm saying that. Oh, there's a Mercedes. Definitely taking a track limit. Drifting through turn 2. And Connor has invalidated, so it's one of the... Quinn has lost it. What happened to Quinn? Let's see if we can see it. He is at the start of the pit entry. Did he crash out at the pit entry? Yes, he did. Quinn is in the wall at the pit entry line. Very unfortunate for him, as the championship leader needs to start at the back. Elmer is going to start another lap on the same tires, and the rain is getting lighter, and you can see a clear track ahead of you. I think it will be time for the Intis in a few seconds of time. So it's Lars thinking. He switched to the intermediates. And Connor haven't set a lap, so let's stay on board with him. Rigby has put himself into P9. Really struggling out of that corner. But he kept it on track. And he needs to set a valid lap. Because already 3 drivers are out of this session by crashing themselves out or retiring in the pits. Corner runs a little bit wide. So not really a competitive time from Connor as this one, but we're going to have a look where he puts his Ferrari. Or is he's diving in the pits. And I think he is going to switch to the intermediates. As in a few seconds, I think that's the right tire to be on. Elmerix had a little moment, and he's going for another lap. Why would you do that with 14% of ERS left? And Lars is on the Intis. So let's stay on board with the intermediate runner Lars. I think it's a smart choice to get out early on those Intis to get some temperature in the tires. He is already 1 second up on his outlap. That's really amazing, to be fair. So yes, it's time for Intis. And Elmerix stayed out. So Elmerix needs to push himself. So we're going to stay on board with Lars. I think those Inters definitely have the grip. Let's see in sector 2 what Lars is doing. Look at the pace. Looking very strong from Lars. He's almost at the end of sector 2. Let's see what his time, if he's improving his current time. I think he is. And yes, he is 7/10 up, so he is provisional in that pole spot. And DGW, get out of the way. You're in the way of Lars. Come on. But Lars gets a little toe, heading onto the main straight to take that provisional pole away from Elmerix. And Lars is going to cross the line, 1.2 seconds up. So definitely time for the Intis. 1:28.4 provisional pole time. And let's see who is on a lap on the Intis as well. I think it's TGW. Is he still attacking at 25.5 in sector 1? I'm not sure if that's a good lap time. DGW is probably taking it very cautious. Hopefully he did bring fuel for another lap after this one. And a purple sector 2 from DGW. Oh, a little bit outbraking himself. Really early upshifts from him. But he is going to cross the line. And it will be a valid lap as it stands. Where will the Mercedes driver put himself to? Which time can he put him? It's not going to be the time of Lars, but it's going to be the 4th fastest time at this stage of the race. And Nerdy has started his intermediate run as well. So let's see where he will end up. Is he improving? You saw the sector 2 time of TGW with 1 second. And Nerdy is already 1.2 seconds up. And will it be good enough for provisional pole? I think it will if he nails that last sector. A little bit of lifting. You can't take that corner full throttle. And 1:27.2. Wow, what a lap from Nerdy Average Gamer. 1:27.2. That's 1.1 second quicker than Lars. Amazing stuff from Nerdy. And TG is already improving, but not by a lot of margin. And TGW improves by just a few tenths and still 1.4 seconds away from Nerdy. So impressive stuff. And Elmerix is currently full tenths up on sector 1. Wow, Nerdy has just set an amazing time on our boards. But NJ Devil is going faster. 1:26.7. What a lap. And Rejet goes fastest. 1:26.6 and just 8400ths faster than his teammate. Impressive from the Aston Martins. But Nerdy goes again. Nerdy goes faster again. 1:26.6, and now a lot of drivers are going for a few laps. And TGW is round. So let's stay on board with Elmerix, who is on a flying lap as well. One of the pole contenders. Oh, really attacking. But Elmerix goes fastest with a 1:26.2. Another good lap from Elmerix. Evan Trucker goes P5. And now it's all about getting that last lap right. It's going for... You need to get that last lap right. You need to get it right. Very interesting qualifying so far. And Razi 1:26.3, and that puts him in P2, just right behind Elmerix. Interesting, interesting. And Nerdy is going 2.5 tenths quicker. It's going to be his last lap. So let's see if Nerdy can improve himself again. 3 laps on these tires. Qualifying has been finished. And Nerdy is now going to cross the line. Will he be able to get that provisional pole spot? No, it's not good enough. 2 tenths away. Rejet backing off. So let's switch back. One of the Mercedes drivers is still on the wet tire. Why would you do that? And Spider-Man fan is improving as well. 1.7, and Elmerix goes fastest again. And is Razi going faster? Elmerix a 1:25.6. What a lap. Really impressive stuff from Elmerix so far. And Rossi is going to cross the line now. Will he be able to be the one to attack the time of Elmerix? No! But only 2 tenths behind. So we're going to have a cracking of a race. And Paul Elite goes 4th fastest. And J Devil going to cross the line, but no improvements from him. And Sportman, one of the title contenders this season as well, not having a great qualifying so far. Will he be able to get a good lap in? Yes, P3. Not as good as Elmerix, but still good for P3. So pretty big gaps at this grid, of course, because of the rain conditions, but we have seen a great qualifying. And NJ Devil is diving in the pits, so our qualifying has been done. with Elmerix taking another pole position. Razi into P2, Sportmat in P3, Nerdy Average Gamer in 4, Paul Lead in 5, Rigby 6, Lars 7, Rejet in 8, NJ Devil in 9, Spider-Man Fan in 10, TGW, MN Trucker, Connor, Nolan have set their lap times but not good for for the top 10. Quinn have set a lap but he crashed out in the pit entry, so a big race for him coming up. VTech and Spaceman, both Haas drivers, really unlucky by not setting a lap, so it's going to be very impressive how the race will pay out. So everyone, what are your predictions for today's race? Because Elmworks needs to get a win today because he had so much bad luck with crashing out. Yeah, everything, penalties, collisions. Yeah, just so much bad luck. So I'm going for Elmworks taking the win. Razi will probably be in second. It's going to be dry, so very sunny on the Portimao circuit. So every driver has the every driver has the opportunity to take their tire they want to be on because they have qualified in the wet conditions. So a lot of drivers will probably be starting on the medium tires and may probably go for the medium hard or maybe even the medium soft. So it's going to be very interesting how this race will pay out. Every driver is going to get themselves ready in the formation lap, as the predicted pit stop strategies will be soft hard or soft medium soft. I think the soft medium is doable as well if your setup is correct and doesn't have too much tire degradation. So let's see on which tire is everyone starting. The top 7 decided to go for the attacking strategy, starting on the soft tires. Rejet and NJ Devil, both Aston Martins, have decided to go for an alternate strategy, medium hard, so not the same strategy, which will help them making their pit stop if they are really close on pace. Spider-Man Fan to Corner also starting on the soft tires, and behind them we have 3 medium runners and 1 hard runner to get us underway. So Elmerix warming up his tires really aggressively. Yeah, your new tires, why wouldn't you do that? Thank you guys for all your predictions. Hopefully some of them will be very happy about you predicting them to win. But Elmerix is going to line up. Who is going to get this underway, starting from pole position. Another pole position for him. Will he convert this pole position into a win? That we will find out in about 45 minutes of time. So everyone has lined up. So we're almost ready to get racing at Portimao, round 6 of the Tier 3 Championship Series. We have 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and away we go with Elmerix having a good start, but Razi having a good start as well, already alongside him. Look at one of the McLarens, Sportman on the inside of Elmerix, and oh, Sportman gets spun around and really Unfortunate for Sportmat there. But so both McLaren's not really happy about how the start did go, but Quina has made up some positions. He's already back in P11. Look at right behind Nerdy going wide, and that's an AlphaTauri Pole Elite going side by side with Nerdy Average Gamer. But Nerdy is breaking late. Pole Elite still on the outside line. And what a battle between these two drivers. A little bit of wheel banging, but this will allow Rigby to close up. Look at the position changes at the moment. We didn't finish lap 1, but Elmerix is flying away. And look at the top 2, already 2.5 seconds away. And look at Rigby on the outside there of Lars. And Elmerix already created himself a gap of 1.1 seconds after lap 1. So really, really, really nice. But the grid is, and Lars is going for a move on Rigby on the inside into turn 1 and gets the move done before the corner, so he moves up to P5. And Quina is losing a little bit of time on those medium tires. So let's have a look at the tire situations. The medium runner Regen is the current medium leader of the race, and Spider-Man and Sportmat, Spider-Man and Truck are having a little battle there, and this will allow Nolan to get a good run on Spider-Man fan as well. We haven't seen the pace of running on the dry tires of everyone on this grid, so we will see how that pay out. So we're heading back to some other battles on track, because the grid is really close, except for the top 2. They're running away with it. Rossi definitely pushing to keep himself into the DRS of Elmerix, which is going to be enabled in this lap. Rossi sets the fastest lap, really putting the pressure on Elmerix. But right behind we have Spider-Man fan closing in to MN Traka. Spider-Man fan really earned that full-time spot by attending a lot of races. And this is a good exit from Spider-Man fan, and he's already really low on the RS. And Emma Trucker defending the inside line, but Spider-Man fan is going for it on the outside. And Emma Trucker, come on, you can push him wide, leave him room. Spider-Man fan taking it really cautious, so that's good to see. But that was dirty. Look at the front, Rossi and Elmerix are closing in. Rossi will have the DRS on Elmerix. So a great battle at the top, and Elmerix already picking up a 3-second time penalty in lap 3. So that's not going to help him. And this will really get an opportunity for Rossi to get an overtake. Is it not on the grid? It will be at the end of the race if he stays within the DRS range of Elmerix. So let's head back to Pole Elite and Nerdy Average Gamer. Pole Elite definitely. Oh, Rigby spins out. Oh, that's unfortunate for Rigby. He had such a good track position before his spin. And Pole Elite really putting the pressure on Nerdy Average Gamer. Pole Elite looks to have great pace around Portimao, where he's usually a little bit at the back or in the midfield. He's now fighting for a podium position. Yeah, probably losing a little small amount of time. And look at Quina getting the moves on, and Evan Traka. on those medium tires. Are those mediums really working its way now? He has chosen to start on the alternate strategy. He already made up, I think, 8 positions. So a good start from the championship leader. And look at the battle between Paul Elite and Lars. Going side by side. Lars is on the outside, Paul Elite on the inside. And look at close racing between these two. But they kept each other alive. And that's how a battle should be. But Paul Elite is going for a switchback on the inside line. Late braking, Lars turning in. Knowing that Paul Elite is on the better line. So Lars just wants to stay out of trouble and grab some good points for the team. And Quina is closing in to Spider-Man fan on those medium tires. We've got a great camera view. Look at how close this is. From Spider-Man fan to Nolan Mitch, with Sportman right behind him, within DRS range. So a lot of battles happening on track, and look at Nolan at the background. He is going for a move on Kona. And Quina is going for a move on Spider-Man fan, and he made the move stick. And Sportman on the inside of Nolan and gets the move done. So the McLaren driver, oh look at Nolan. A really late dive. Oh, there's a Red Bull spinning around. It's MN Trucker. Very unfortunate for MN Trucker. Spinning around in such a good battle. But Razi is still keeping up with Elmerix. Not losing a lot of time. Elmerix is pushing as well. Look at both ERS are the same. The management is the same at this stage of the race, so it's going to be interesting. Nerdy Average Gamer in free space in P3. No penalties for him. Paul Elite in P4. And right behind Paul Elite is Lars. Really pulling the pace up to close in on Paul Elite. He will pick up the DRS. I don't think he's going to use his DRS because he's already really low on it. But Paul Elite is even lower. So will there be a move for Lars on the outside? Ooh. A little bit of outbraked himself there to make the switchback happen. And possible. But Lars is really putting the pressure on Paul Elite. But look at Rejet on those medium tires is closing in. The previous race winner Rejet is currently in P6, leading the medium runners. But we all know Quina is right behind and he is quick as hell, so. But what can he do on Portimao today? He started at the back. He needed to make up some positions already. So how are his tires? Currently we're racing in lap 7 of this race. Going into lap 8 now. With Razi still in P2 right behind Elmerix. Knowing that he doesn't need to take too many risks and just stay right behind him. Just don't take any penalties. You have the pace. And Lars is going for a move on Paul Elite. Even before turn 1 he gets the move done and moves up to P4. And now Rejet is chasing after Paul and Lars. Oh, there's someone spinning. It's Spider-Man fan, I think. Spider-Man fan lost it. And look at the flat spots on his tires. Unfortunate for him because he had a good start. And look at Nolan on the inside of Connor. And Connor has the bad exit, but Nolan is still keeping his car in front. But Connor is not giving up, and he is closing in again. And NJ Devil and Rigby having a little battle for P12, but NJ Devil has the bad exit, so those hard tires are really getting better. NJ Devil runs a little bit wide, and Rigby is on those soft tires, but having a good exit. Really closing into NJ Devil, and he will pick up the slipstream and the DRS, so he will get past. No need to use ERS, but he's out already. So a little bit of gaps creating too. But we have a three-way battle on track between Connor, Spider-Man fan and Nolan Mitch. Look at Spider-Man fan. Yeah, that's sportive. Just let him by, because that was a little bit of a reckless move from Spider-Man fan. Late braking move. He tried to beat Danny up and he loses it. Rejet is now closing in to Paul. Rejet really managing his ERS really well the whole race. And Paul Elite is diving in the pits, so the first sub runner to make his pit stop. And Rejet will be on a charge now, knowing that the drivers in front are making their pit stops in the first couple of laps. Really using his ERS now. He saved up to use it in these situations of the race. Let's have a look at some other battles. Rossi really closing in. The front runners, when will they make a pit stop? Will Rossi try to undercut him if Elmerich stays out? I think an undercut will be very useful on this track. But the pace between these two is just amazing. Elmerich is going in. No, he's just... Oh, Elmerich is doing a dummy on Rossi. But he's losing. He's really out of ERS now. And so is Rossi. Oh, Rossi picks up a 3-second time penalty. So we have a battle on track between these two drivers. Really amazing to see. Elmerich throwing the dummy to let Rossi make the pit stop. If Rossi was closer, it was really dangerous, but he was not close, so free pass for me. So let's have a look. Current penalty situations. Oh, Elmerich spinning around. No. Elmerich, why? One third of the race, and oh, Elmerich. Now he needs to make a pit stop to try to get some time under undercut conditions. But Rejet is closing in too large within the DRS range now, so his medium tires are really working. Lars is on 22% left and Rejet is on 40% left. And Elmerich is making his pit stop. Which tire is he choosing? He is going to choose for the medium tire. So will we go for a soft medium strategy? Or will we go for a 2-stop? And fourth man is back in P5. So let's have a look. Current tire situations. Rossi pitted as well for fresh mediums. P7 for him. Oh, Spider-Man fan, 10-second time penalty. Not sure. He did a little drift, I think. Look, let's have a look. Closest battle on track between Elmerix and TGW. TGW still on those used soft tires, so he knows he doesn't need to take any risk fighting Elmerix on those fresh tires. Look at Elmerix, good exit, and already alongside him, and yeah, what a move. A great move from Elmerix. And we have a yellow in sector 1. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's Spider-Man. Yes, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man having a very unlucky race so far. And Lars still continuing on his stint. So he will try to go for another lap to switch to the medium tires after this one and go for the one-stop strategy. Elmerix now back into P8. And Lars still right behind Rejet. But Rejet has the quicker tire at this moment. Lars picking up no penalties so far. So good job from him. Oh, it's a Ferrari. Losing it, I think. Not sure. But the top drivers, Rejet, still going to continue, of course. So he will be our leader for a few laps. And Spider-Man fan has lost it. And Spider-Man fan just retired in the session. Retired in the pits. So and Lars will be pitting. Very unlucky race for Spider-Man. Lars is pitting. Which place will he fall back to? He is going to switch for some new medium tires, so he's definitely going for a one-stop. If you pit that late, you can't go for a two-stop. And he will just be behind his teammate. And Rossi right behind Nolan. And Elmerix is right behind the NJ Devil, 1.5 seconds away from him. And Rossi has a good exit. Look at that grip level of Rossi compared to the 13 lap old tires of Nolan. Really big difference, as you can see. But Rossi wants to get past as quick as possible. No need to waste time. And Nerdy picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. He was sitting in P3. And Rossi definitely will make a move. And Nolan is going in the pits. 13 lap old mediums. Which tire are you choosing? I'm really curious about that. Hearts. Oh, also a one stop, but an alternate strategy for Nolan Mitch. And NG Devil has not pitted yet, but he started on the hard tires. Elmerix gets moved on, by the way. And Quina back in P2. We all know that he needs to make a pit stop. So which tire will we be choosing at the end of the race? Will it be soft tires? Then he needs to extend his current stint to think at least P20, I think lap 20. But his teammate Sportman is, look at his tires, 14 lap old soft tires. And he's going in the pits now. Rossi sets the fastest lap. Now putting the pressure on Quinna. Current provisional leader of the Grand Prix with Elmer's 5.8 seconds right behind him. Really lost a decent amount of time by spinning on himself. Let's have a look at one of the closest battles on track between MN Trucker and TGW. MN Trucker is right behind him and will be going for the move. On the inside line, TGW is... yeah, oh man. I'm not sure, but why? Why are you... why would you do that? But yeah, I'm gonna keep my opinions in front of me. Sportmat is closing into VTEC, just pitted for some fresh medium tires, and he worked himself up into the top 10. So Sportmat is on a charge, and both McLarens are on a charge. So he is getting a good slipstream now, heading on the main straight. VTEC's red lights are flashing, so that's meaning he's almost out of ERS and he is saving up. But yeah, of course, VTEC just knows that he's getting past. So Sportmap moves up to P9, now making his way up to Pole Elite. Nolan Mitch on the hard tires, really struggling, but gets a good run on Spaceman, going for a look on the inside line. Spaceman is braking late, and just knowing that I don't need to fight him with my 16 lap old medium tires. And now we don't have really close battles on track so far, so we're going to stay. But we're going to stay on a POV with the leader of this race. Rejet is currently leading on those 17 lap old mediums, and I'm not sure what happened to Rossi, but he's losing time to Elmerix and losing time to Quinna as well. So let's see, did he pick up some damage? Not visual damage, but he lost a lot of time to Elmerix. Elmerix was on 5.8 2 laps ago and is now on 3.9. So Rossi had a moment which will Quinna be very happy about, because Quinna will be pitting for the soft tires in a few laps, and so is Rejet. And Sportman already closed up the gap to Pole Elite, already within 6/10, and heading up on the main straight. Look at Sportman picking up the DRS and really turning up his DRS, using all what he's got to get past Pole Elite, getting the fastest lap in the race at 19.7. And Sportman on the outside line, really tough racing, really hard, and he gets the move done. So Sportman moves up to P8 and now making his way towards Lars. 5.7 gap, so it's going to be very tough for him. No, it's a little beer, Derek. I need to, I got COVID, so I need to give my throat some water or beer or... Quina 3.6 seconds, not losing any time to rejet, and Razi is losing a little bit of time to Quina. And who's round? Spaceman is in the wall. Yes. Beer is water, but just with alcohol and a taste. You need to piss every 50 minutes. And pole lead 1.2 seconds away from Sportmat, but not going to keep up with him. And Elmerix really closing into Razi. Look at him. Elmerix is flying on the fresh medium tires. He closed up a gap of, I think, almost 6 seconds, and he is 1.5 seconds away now. Razi is losing time. What's happening to Razi? I think he picked up some small damage to his front wing, because you can't lose that much of a time to when you're on the fresh medium tires. Or he's just struggling on those mediums, but I don't think that's the case. But yeah, he runs wide, he can't make the corner, so I think he has a little bit of front wing damage. 1.3 seconds off his fastest lap, so Razi definitely struggling. And Trucker says he is saving fuel. But Elmerix is getting close, really close now. And VTech decided to pit on lap 20. Yeah, I saw the yellow light as well. Razi just saving fuel and maybe saving his tires for the end of the race. But he's really struggling. As the Elmerix is getting close. Elmerix now within the DRS range. Quina in the pits. Pitting for the fresh soft tires. Interesting call. An interesting strategy. How close can he get to Elmerix and Razi? Which position is he going to be? He is going to be in P6, right in front of his teammate. So Quina is really on the charge now, but he needs to make up a lot of seconds. 28 seconds in 10 laps, yeah, that's undoable. And I think 18 seconds to Razi, so. I don't think that's gonna work out for him. But look at Elmerix and Razi getting really close to each other. And Elmerix is getting a good exit, but Razi is a good exit as well. But we all know that Razi don't get the DRS. Rejet still continuing on those 22 lap old mediums. Is he gambling for a safety car? But let's head back to Razi and Elmerix. Razi still saving fuel. And we have another battle on track with NJ Devil in the pits. So NJ Devil will get the move done without having a fight on track. NJ Devil just pitted for the first as well. So let's head back to Elmerix and Razi, because Elmerix and Razi are having a good battle on track. It's probably be the fight for the win today. But penalty situations, Reject having 9 seconds of penalties, Razi having 2 seconds of penalties, 3 seconds of penalties, Elmerix having 3 seconds, Nerdy Average Gamer having 3 seconds, Lars not picking up a single penalty. And Reject has pitted now for some soft tires, and Razi moves up to P1 with Elmerix really close behind. And Elmerix is better on the fuel situation, so I think this will be an easy pass for Elmerix in the first couple of laps. What do you think, Kevin? What do you think? You know me. I got COVID, but I don't care. My taste didn't go, so it tastes even better. And Elmerix is getting closer and closer. Razi will probably be picking up the DRS from the guy in front. I think it's VTAC or Spaceman. Oh, look at Elmerix. A good exit from Elmerix. A good exit from Elmerix. This will be an opportunity to make the overtake. 5/10. And Razi is, red lights are flashing, and Elmerix will make a move on the inside line into turn 1 and the provisional P1 spot. Whoa. That was really dangerous from Elmerix what he did. Going really quick to the left, but he was in front. And Elmerix gets back in the lead, and Razi picks up a 6-second penalty now. So in total 6 seconds, and he picked up a 3. Very unfortunate for Razi, as he was really going for it for the win today, but Elmerix just quicker. And Reject is on the soft tires right behind Lars, having 9 seconds of penalty, so he needs to create himself a gap of 9 seconds in front of Nerdy Average Gamer and Lars. And Reject has a good exit on Lars, and they're going for it. Reject is definitely going. He needs to get past as quick as possible to create himself a gap of 9 seconds to Lars and Nerdy Average Gamer. The last race winner is moving up to P4, with Quina really close behind Lars as well on this alternate strategy. Lars really trying to keep up with Reject, but he is having a Quina right behind him on the fresh off tires. So Lars is going to have a really hard time to keep him behind as well. Oh, we have a yellow in sector 2 and sector 3. It's Emmett Trucker Oh, Emmen Tracker, really unfortunate race for you as well. And Elmerix is gone. 3.6 seconds. Oh! Yellow in sector 3, but Rejet sets the fastest lap. Already 0.7 seconds to Nerdy Average Gamer. And Razi's really struggling on the fuel, as he's losing a lot of time to Nerdy Average Gamer as well. Look at NJ Devil. NJ Devil is on the quick tire as well, putting up the pressure to Nolan. They're going side by side. Nolan on the hard tires, NJ Devil on the fresh softs. So Nolan will definitely, this will be a hard time for him to defend. And switching back to Rejet and Lars, going on the main straight. Rejet is, on Nerdy Average Gamer, sorry. Going on the outside now. And of course, he made the move stick, and now he needs to create himself a gap of 6 seconds to Nerdy Average Gamer and 9 seconds to Lars to get himself on the podium today. And if he does, he just drove an excellent race again. He's really feeling the vibe lately. He won the last race and now picking up place after place after starting in P9. So good to see from Rejet to pick up the pace. And Spaceman is diving in the pits. No safety car for in the race so far, so really interesting to be honest. But as Spaceman retired in the pits, his race is done. Nolan Mitch is still right behind NJ Devil. And look at Rejet, he's even closing in to Rossi. And Elmerix is just, he needs to stick it on the canvas, on the circuit, to just drive it home safely. And I predicted his win. I predicted Rossi in P3. I even forgot who I predicted in P3. Quina making the move on Lars on the inside now. And Quina definitely on the quicker tire, so easy job from Quina, but still making great progress throughout the race. He shows why he is the championship leader, and I think he will stay the championship leader as it stands. No, that's not right, because Rossi just 4 points behind. If Rossi will stay in P2, which is probably not gonna happen. Look at Rejet really closing into him. But let's switch back to the penalty situations. Rejet definitely not going to jump him on track. Maybe he's going for an overtake, but Rossi will be able to keep within the 3-second range of Rejet. So, but Nerdy is really close behind. Lars is close behind as well. No penalties for Lars. And look at Quina having a good exit out of that corner. Quina on a charge. Quina wants to get past to close up to Rejet as well, because he will jump Rejet as it stands, and he will jump Razi as well. So Quina is in the fight for P2 based on penalties. He needs to get past Nerdy Average Gamer to be very close to P2, and that will be an awesome drive if he can manage to grab that. He already drove an amazing race, but will it be even better? Quina is having a good exit. No DRS for Nerdy Average Gamer, so Quina gets past, and Quina needs to get himself. If it stays like this, then Rossi will stay in front of Quina. Then it will be 1 point difference for Quina. Quina will still be leading, but don't count out Lars. And Johnny has fuel issues as well, as mentioned in the comments on stream. So Johnny, that's Nerdy Average Gamer, of course, we all know him, but for the people who are not known in the league, Johnny is Nerdy Average Gamer. He's struggling with fuel consumption. You can see that on the yellow fuel symbol in the telemetry. And Rejet gets past Razi. Razi really struggling on his fuel. And Quina is almost within 3 seconds of Razi. Quina is in for a P2 spot. Lars gets past Nerdy. A little battle between the Williams boys. They kept each other alive, of course, because they are on excellent positions. Lars, no penalties for him, so he will go to the podium as it stands. Will be a podium for Lars. Lars needs to stay within 3 seconds of Quina to put himself in P2. I think. Not sure if I'm correct with saying that, but Rejet has 9 seconds of penalties. And on to our last lap, of course, Elmerix is going to grab the win if he doesn't spin out in the last lap. But Lars needs to pick up the pace now. No room for mistakes, Lars. You have no room to make a mistake. Come on, you can do this. And the fuel is running out for almost everyone except Rejet. So is Elmerix fuel. But we're going to stay on board with the leader of this race in the last couple of corners. And after that we'll find out if the pace of Lars was good enough to put himself onto the podium positions. And I think it is, because Lars is still within 2.5 seconds. And I think Lars is going for that P2 as it stands. But we are having our winner of this race, Elmerix, converting his pole to a win for the first time this season. He's really happy. Look at him weaving. So congratulations to oh, Quina gets the overtake done on Lars. And where's Lars? Lars will be second. Quina in third. Rejet in P4. Razi in P5. Really unfortunate for Razi. He had such great pace, but only finished in P5. by the fuel early consumption early in the race. Nerdy Average Gamer in P7, Nolan Mitch in P8, NJ Devil P9, Paul Lee in P10, VTech will probably end in P11. Yes, Razzie had a fuel issue already halfway during the race, so he was gambling on a safety car probably. VTech finishing P11, TGW in P12, Rigby will be finishing in P13. Out of fuel, I think. And his teammate will finish in P14. And Emmett Trucker, not sure what happened to him, but he will finish in P15. If he didn't leave the session. I think he did. So, your result will not count, Mr. Trucker. Quina, definitely driver of the day. Starting almost at the back, finishing on the podium. That's amazing. Elmerix, definitely the truth winner. So it was a great show again, guys. Thank you for having me again. Next time, hopefully my throat is better so I can scream again. But it was a good race. Elmerix taking the win. Lars in P2, Quina in P3, Rejet P4, Razzie in P5, Sportmap P6, Nerdy Average Gamer in 7, Nolan Mitch in 8, NJ Devil in 9, Paul Lead in 10, VTAC 11, TGW 12, Rigby 13, Corner in 14. Emin Trocker will not be finished because he left the session early. Spaceman P16 and Spider-Man Fan in P17. So thank you for watching. Tune in for the Tier 2 race and Tier 1 race later this evening. Thank you.